Hello and welcome to this video on an introduction to R. In this video, I will be showing you how to download and install R, and then I will show you the programming environment. All right, so to begin, we're going to go to this first link here, copy and paste that. And this will take us to the Comprehensive R Archive Network, which is where you can download and install R for whichever operating system that you have. So I have Windows, so I'm going to click that. And then no matter what operating system you chose, click Base, and then Download. And then we're going to let that finish downloading. All right, click that when it's done. Click Yes. And then this will take you to the Setup Wizard, so choose whichever language, OK, and then click Next. Click Next, Next, and Next again. And then now it's installing, so it'll take a second. When this is done installing, we're going to go to a second website. So this second link right here, copy and paste that. And then this will take you to download RStudio. So scroll all the way down and then click download RStudio for whichever operating system that you have. Once again, I have Windows. And then let that download. Click on it. And then this is going to take you to the RStudio Setup Wizard in just a second. All right, click Yes. Next. Make sure you know where the file is going for both of these. So just, I'm okay with the default here, so click Next. And then let it install. So the two things that we just downloaded, the first thing that we downloaded was R, which is the programming language. And then now we are installing RStudio, which is a place where we can use that programming language among others. So this is going to take a second. And then I'll show you the RStudio environment when this is done. All right, and then click Finish. And then once that's done, we are good to open RStudio itself. All right, so this will take you to the environment. This is what you're going to see when you open up R for the first time. So on the top left is your source page, which is where you're going to see some of the data that you've imported. It's also where, in some cases, you're going to be inputting your code. So on the bottom is where you're going to see the output of said code. You can also type in your code on the console itself, which is what I prefer to do. I think it's just more concise that way. On the top right, we have the environment pane, which is, it is empty right now, but any data that you import, any variables that you create, you're going to see on your environment pane. And then your history pane is where you're going to see all of your previous code that you've outputted. And then down here, we have our files. So when we get to importing data, we can find any of the files that we need from our root directory and import data sets directly from the files here. And then that'll show up on the environments page and in the source page. So next we have the plots pane, which is where you're going to see any plots that you've made for data visualization, such as histograms, box plots, line graphs, anything like that. And then you can save those through the plots page as well. So the packages page is really interesting. It has a ton of different packages and libraries that you can use with your R script to for extra things like data visualization and things like that. It also has some data libraries with pre-made data sets that you can experiment with if you want to practice R. So I encourage you to do some outside research about some of the libraries that you can use, because there are seriously a ton. And you can do that via the help page. It has some resources on R, so the language itself, and on RStudio, so how to use this programming environment. And it just has some like support and like tutorial stuff through this pane. The viewer and presentation pane are going to be for data visualization as well. So the viewer pane is going to be for more dynamic plots, whereas the plots page is just going to be for like static plots. And then the presentation is also going to be for data visualization, but that's not important right now. So this is the R programming environment. In the next video, I'll show you how to import data set and get started with making some variables.